Hey, hey y'all. I haven't done this in a while. Um, I haven't came up here in a while. I'm trying to create today. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to create some stuff today. And oh, I'm dropping stuff. Oh, I've dropped my I dropped my little stuff. I'm glad I have my drawer open. um, I'm creating today. I made some totes earlier this month, and well, not earlier, the middle of the month, I should say. 2 weeks ago, actually. 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I made some cute totes, and I'll show you how you doing, Miss Jones. I'll show you the totes I made, and I'm trying to create some now, but I don't really know. I'm trying to make some less, ethnic. I want to make some ethnic bags as well as some regular ones. So I made these. I created these. I want to do something cute. You know what I mean? So this is one tote. And you see how big it is. It's a nice size. It's not too big, but it's not too small. You know what I'm saying? You can oh shoot, I'm bumping into stuff. You can definitely you can definitely you can definitely do a little some with that. And then I made where the other one at? Oh, it's right here. And this one, I like this one better actually. How you doing, Miss Jones? This one is really cute. So it's a nice size. I like the black one better. So I sold a couple of those. I had 8 a piece. I sold a few of them. I think I'm down. I sold 4 a piece. So I'm down to 4 right now. I'm down to 4 of them right now. So I'm really excited about those. And so I got some more coming. I wanted to see what these would do first. I got the I have the ones that or I have the ones that with the zodiac, but I didn't purchase those. I didn't make those yet. I'm gonna make them soon because I know those are gonna sell. But see, they haven't sold on my website, and because they haven't sold on my website, I'm just not in a rush to. I made a couple. I sold out of those, but I have not made any new ones. I take that back. I've sold out a couple of them. I sold out of the Leo ones, and I made some Taurus ones, and I made some Gemini ones, and those got sold out. I haven't made any more because I haven't had any requests. Okay, how you doing, Walk? How you doing? You getting any rain over there? Yes, it's raining here. It's definitely raining here. So I haven't let your soul go. This is my little spray, my rosemary spray for my hair, and also you can put it on your skin too. Um, so yeah, how you doing, Buttons? So anyway, yeah. So I'm just doing that, and they still one light got fixed, but actually it's an electrical problem now. So now I got to get that fixed. That's why it's kind of dull in here. I'm like, God. So this little light is like messed up. At first I thought because I got new lights and then it still didn't work. So we got that. So that got to be fixed. So I'm just kind of waiting on that. No, you're not getting any rain. Because you're in a Jersey village, right? You need some rain. It's so dry there. Okay. All right, I definitely understand. Oh, my skin is beautiful. Thank you. So I'm a little wore out. I just got my eyebrows done again on Sunday. So I'm tired. If I feel like she took too much off. So yeah, I'm getting so right now what I'm working on, I got these totes and I got new packaging. So this is really cute. So So I got this packaging. Now, see, the thing is, I thought this was gonna be a lot bigger than what it was. They didn't send me the size, but I'm sure I can make use out of this. That's the sign that I have outside, and then this, of course, this packaging. You're tired and you still out of time with your daughter, and you're doing traveling with her to take care of business in Austin and Dallas, for her nonprofit. Okay, how you doing, pineapples? Okay, that sounds all interesting. So I'm working on the packaging. So I've worked on got the little packaging together. So I'm really excited about this packaging. I got like a whole bunch of these, but these are really small. So I'll probably putting like herbs and stuff in this, or my when people get the little other stuff. I mean, I could put a lot of stuff in here, but it's just I thought it was gonna be a lot bigger, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. So I'm working on my purses. That's beautiful packaging. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Jones. So I'm still working on my little purses. So I got this one purse. I'm gonna show y'all the purse. I'm gonna show you a couple of purses. I'm working on the logos and stuff like that. I feel like I'm talented. You know what I'm saying? I be feeling like I'm really talented, and I just don't. I don't know. I'm a Taurus, so I get in my feelings because I don't be feeling like people recognize my talent. I don't know what that's about. That's really weird, and that's something that I had to start my healing process. I be like, y'all ain't gonna appreciate me until I'm gone. I just be talking crazy, man. I just be talking crazy. Like who gives a damn? You know what I mean? I don't know what that's about. I get in my little feelings. I don't know why I get in my little feelings. It's just so stupid. Like, uh-huh. I can't show y'all because I'm in the process. I'll show y'all logos. I'll show you the logos, not the toast. I'll show you the logos. Now I can show you the logos. Hold on. Let me show you the logos. So I work. Did I grab the wrong? I'm on the wrong phone. It's on this phone. Okay, let me show y'all on this one. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all this one. I kind of like this one. It's kind of cute. Um, it's kind of cute. I'll show it to you. I gotta do a screen print because I'm on canvas. I'm doing it on canvas, and I'm doing it on a bag so I can see how it would look on a bag. So I'm gonna take the bag portion out. Okay, hold on. So I got. Let's see, y'all. Give me a second here. I'm trying to get this. I'll show y'all. I kind of like it. I got some one. It's really ethnic. Y'all know when I say ethnic, or urban. you know, so it's kind of urbanish. Okay, so let me show y'all. I'll show y'all I had to do a screenshot. Okay, give me a second here. All right, I'll show y'all. Okay, so I'll show you a couple of logos that I came up with, the concepts. Okay, so this one, it's a it's a glare. God, it's glaring. How do you not glare it? Okay, okay, that's good. See, that one is pretty nice. Okay, I like that one, and then this one. Okay, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. These two on the same bag, and then this one, and then this one, and that's it. I've been trying to catch up on all the replays. Replays. I'm behind. Yeah, me too. I'm getting ready to go to sleep in my own. Are you ready to go to sleep in your own bed? You're feeling creative. I feel like artistry and creative because I'm so plain Jane most of the time. I like most of them. You like all of them? Okay. Yeah. I'm kind of on the edge of trying to figure out which one. I had more than this, and I showed my husband, and he was like, yuck, yuck, yuck. I mean, you should have seen them. Someone was kind of wild. And like this one, this is supposed to be me. it kind of it's just the eyes like a dot, like like dot. So I like so I kind of like this in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Of that. That's good. One that you do favor. So I'm gonna probably do something with this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one per se, but maybe I'll do like I don't know. Maybe I'll do something that I don't know. I do something with this. I don't know what I want to do with this, but I'm gonna do something with this. I like this concept. I created this on this, it was like this art thingy. It was like this website that these people showed me that I'm gonna have, because my son had wanted to do his own website thing. And then we did was we created this and I kind of like this. Like I said, I like the energy of it. So I want to do something similar to that. You like the sister girl too. My best friend used to always call me that. Right. Hey, sister girl. Yeah, that's why I was trying to do something that's like really relatable. Thank you, pineapple. So yeah, I'm trying to do something that's going to be like really cute and really attractive to people. But then I have to do, how you doing, Latoy? I have to do something that's going to be like halfway cool or whatever. I'm also going to make some new candles within this week. I want to do like some really cute candles. I'm going to do like some candles where I'm going to, well, not candles, but I have a concept in my head where I'm gonna have like some ice cubes. I'm gonna put the ice cubes inside of the candle. So I'm gonna do that. Because I it's a particular it's a particular wax that I have at the house that I've been having for like a long while, because I use it from, like, it's a particular wax that I use that you have to use with those kind of candles. So I'm gonna do that and then put them in some honey, and put them in, not honey, beeswax. And so I will put them inside of the beeswax. But they're like a it's kind of like a trans, I forgot what you call it. It's like a clear candle. They're like a clear, it's like a clear wax. It's kind of like the, yeah, I know I make my own gel. This is the aloe vera gel. This is what I use in my hair. But like it's kind of like this. The texture is like this and it looks like this. So this is what I'm gonna put into the candle. Maybe I'll come live and show y'all. Maybe I'll do it with y'all while I'm live or something like that. I think that'd be kind of cute. Um, so I'm working on that. And I'm still trying to, boy, I'll be glad when he fixes this light. It's irritating me right now. Um, so yeah. Dr. A, have you always had a creative mind? I don't think so. I think what happened with me, yes, translucent. Thank you. Thank you, pineapples. Yes. No, actually, I have not. I've had it in my head. I've been creative, but I didn't really have time to be creative when when my older children were growing up, because I had to work really hard and I had to really, I mean, I'm still working hard, but I love what I'm doing versus what I did back in the day, right? So I'm able to really express myself. When you're in a relationship, I'm gonna be honest. So when you're in a relationship where you could really express yourself, like if you're upset, if you feel like you're upset but you don't know why you're upset, or you happy or you're not happy, or you feel like people suck, or whatever the case is, if you're in a trusting space where you could really express yourself, then then you can be more creative. So I'm in a space in my life, and I have been since 2000, and let me look at my arm, since 2010. I know y'all. You said, dang, Dr. A, you got that. Yeah, on this date. It's a long story. I will break this date down to y'all maybe one day. Maybe story time. I'll break down what this date is. But so on this date is when I felt was when I got my creativity. Is when I started to really release certain things and shed certain things from my past, and when I started to really love myself more, and just being able to, I don't even have my watch. Oh yeah, I'm naked. I don't have my watches on. I need to put my watch on. I'm about ready to put my watch on live. Y'all know I don't like not wearing my watch. I forgot it. Um, but I'm able to really be creative. I'm really able to express myself. I'm able to look at things in a different perspective, and I'm really able to explore, because before I was afraid to really show who I was or who I am. It's wonderful to have a partner that supports you in all areas. My daughter husband is like that, and he supports her in everything she wants to do, and that is a blessing. I definitely agree there. So once you're able to really express yourself and let go of certain things and just really get into who you really are, and that's what I found. But it happened with, it started with him, but then as I began to start working on it, it began to start coming outward within myself. um so I'm able to really be able to think from an artist standpoint. I've always been a poet. I've always written songs, but I really didn't know that. Speaking of which, because a lot of people ask me about that song, I was able to really express myself. I done written like 10 songs, y'all. Just within this, just within since Sunday. I done written like 10 songs. But I'm gonna go back over them, and I'm gonna send them to Chat GPT and have Chat GPT to, to flow it better. But I definitely written 2 songs, 10 songs. But I'm gonna send it over to Chat GPT and have them to make it a little bit better. See if they can make it a little bit better. But that's, I'm telling you that I've been a songwriter for a very long time. I've been a poet, or whatever you want to call it. I just don't spit it. I'm not a person. I don't like spitting poetry. That's not my thing, to spit it out loud to people. I just write it. Like, I got one poem. If you ever, you might see it online. If you Google it, I think. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it on my line. It's called "Mama, Who Are You?" I don't think I would ever let my biological mama read that, because she would really be in her feelings, and I don't feel like all that. And I'm not getting ready to explain. I'm not explaining myself at this stage anymore of my life. I'm 52 years old, and I'm not going to explain myself anymore to anybody. I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm just not. I will tell. I don't mind telling you something, or educating you, or telling you who I am. I don't mind explaining. I don't mind saying, "Hey, this is who I am, and this is how I do things," and things like that. But I'm not explaining. It's a difference it's a level of explanation versus people getting to know you. But these days I'm not going to I'm not explaining myself, and that's why I made a mistake here on the YouTube. I'm not explaining my fucking self no more. I mean, my freaking self no more, because that's weird. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with everything. And I know a lot of times people be wanting me to talk about I talked about Jasmine um for the past 3 days, and I'm so over talking about her for the remainder of this week, unless she does something that's worthy of a conversation. But as far as I'm concerned, none of these women are worthy of a conversation. We do it because you all like it, but they're just not worthy. Like, none of them have creative minds. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to work. I literally have a part-time gig. Right, Jasmine being MIA, exactly. Yeah. So I literally have a part-time job, and I have several businesses, and I'm creative. And when I have space to think, I can do so much more. I'm in Dr. A. They have no goals. They have no desire to be better, right? Just pathetic. Okay. It's very pathetic. It's very pathetic at 30 some years old that you don't know where you want to go. And I remember we asked Jasmine, where does she see herself? Remember that conversation? She's like, well, she see herself on YouTube. And I was like, are you serious? She didn't say, well, I would hope to be a fitness guru or anything like that. Like, I have so many goals or so many things in my head that I really want to do. Like, you know I did one of the things I wanted to do. I want to do another vision party, a vision board party. It wasn't mine, it was one of my clients. But I would like to do like a vision party. I would like to I know a big one of my goals is, you didn't ask, but I'm gonna tell you, is develop having like a 4 layer business. Like, even if it's, I envision it as like 4 levels, like a top, like 4 levels, a top level. Maybe euphoric energy being at the top, a healing center being in the middle, you euphoria palace, I mean, and the healing center being in the middle, and then a coffee spot that sells coffees and teas and things like that. And like, stuff like that. I think that'll be really simple, where people can come chill and spend money, enjoy themselves, and rent out the space to do like poetry slams. I want to do poetry. So I don't want to do it, but I will host, I will have somebody host it, or I will host it. And they can come there and do poetry slams, and then like a book, like have, where they can buy stuff. And I do have books back here. I don't sell them, but eventually I would like to have like where people can buy books, but I will buy them. I like really old school books. Latoya Chris came out with his new boo, and Jasmine MIA. She is on the hill climb. Woo! And she can't pay her rent, right, and her bills, and she knows that she needs to be she's out of content. Well, here's the thing. I think, now let's talk about it. Now we can talk about it. I just don't feel like watching them. I don't mind us talking about them. If you all want to talk about them, that's fine. I just don't want to watch them. We can talk about it, but I don't want to watch them. Is that okay? So I believe that Jasmine, I believe that Jasmine feels a way. I agree with you all. That, I mean, think about it like this. It's okay with me. Okay. So I think about it like this. I would think about how, if you was thinking about you was gonna spend your life with this person for the rest of your life. I don't know why she thought that, but hear me out. She thought she was gonna spend her life with this man she thought she was gonna spend her life with this man. She thought she was gonna be able to pay her weight. Okay. She thought she was gonna be able to pay her weight, and that did not turn out like that. Okay. But he had been telling her, and she's delusional. So he had been telling her she's not his type. Okay. So, and then once the delusion is gone, and once she starts, realizing that he's taking her these places, he going other places, he's going out of town, maybe possibly out of the country, whatever. And and she's basically stuck with these children. Not only is she stuck, she's not really stuck with the Davis force, she's stuck with Legendary, right? So it's sad, because she's there, she's like, man, he gets to enjoy his life and she don't. Like, you don't have to be a father. And that's what happens in a lot of situations like that, because it's always, the saying, mommy's baby, daddy's maybe, right? It's always been like that. Daddy always can just jet up and go do what he got to do. But as women, we are stuck watching the child. I haven't experienced that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna keep it real, and I know I have. I had to think about it. I have 4 children. Never have I had to really think about. I never really had to really think about babysitting, like as much as some of these women on these YouTube streets, because I could get a break. I had parents that we would just work together. Even if like if they couldn't watch them, then we would find somebody else in the family or this person or what. You know what I mean? We always made a way. So I really didn't have to. I had a life with my children. I had a life with my children and I had a life outside of my children. It's always been like that. um I don't have much of a social life now at this point in time in my life, but I don't, it's by choice. It's not because I don't want it. It's just by choice because I am in the course. I would rather make money than to really have a social life. And for Jasmine wants it all and can't have it. Like Jasmine literally want a man or something that she can come home to, but Jasmine has not put herself in a position of that because she doesn't, it's not just about how she looks, because you know anybody can get a man. We're not gonna play this game and act like people can't get man. It don't matter how you look. If you got a hole, if you got boobies, even if you don't, if you had one boobie in the middle of your chest and that's it, you can get a man. Okay, there is somebody for everybody. The issue is that Jasmine don't really have substance to really engage somebody for a long period of time because she doesn't know how to put that camera down without having a real conversation. Like me and my husband talk all day at work. When he's at work, he's like, if he's not busy, if he's, you know what I mean, he'll call me. If when I'm at work, I'll call him. We can have conversations. Most people can have conversations with their mates, or most people can have a conversation without throwing the camera on. But now we're in the era of social media. People don't know how to have it's not just her, but it's a lot of people out here do not know how to have true conversations with somebody without picking up a phone or picking up a camera. Now sometimes, now have I had conversations with you all? Have I had conversation with people that I could have possibly talked to on the side? Sure. But I mean, who the fuck is you where I need to be inboxing or talking to you? Some people I've had conversation with offline, but for the most part, if the shit happened online, why the fuck do I need to talk about the shit awful line? You know what I'm saying? Awful line. We ain't cool like that. You know what I mean? That's in real life. But when it's social, the media is different. Social the media, prior to what people think, social media is different than having a true conversation with somebody that you're connecting with. So when you're connecting with somebody in real life, it's different than when you talking to a bitch on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you on social media. So you know what I'm saying? So if I inbox somebody and I said something to somebody on inbox and you feel like you want to share it, I will not be offended. It does not offend me because it's social media. I'm already expecting you're gonna tell somebody. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't care. Excuse me. I gotta stop cursing. I don't really care because that's what it is. You know what I mean? But Jasmine doesn't know how to have a real relationship, and I'm awkward as AF. But it's not just about being awkward. It's about being able to relate to somebody and having a real, true conversation. Dr. A, right. That's what happens when you try to buy love. Exactly. The love was never reciprocated. Exactly. So I don't know why she was so delusional, girl, because her whole life has been based upon delusion. Okay. She should have right, she should have been living in reality instead of a fantasy. True facts. Me too. I will always have my mother and my grandmother, right, my aunties. Okay. And I always had somebody that will watch my kids. So like right, you so you can touch grass basically. You can have a life, you can have a life outside of your children, and you can like and being a mother. Okay. True, anybody can get a man, but you gotta be able to keep that man. Okay, that part. That day, my daughter be getting on my nerves because she got to talk to her husband 2 to 3 times a day. He calls her on his lunch and he calls her during his break. Right. Jasmine could have a life, but she chose to have Stanker. Exactly. And her mama told her that. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. My husband asked me something weird. My husband asked me something about this boy homework. What is he talking about? Let me see. Okay. I don't know what I can't even read this. Okay. My phone is freezing. Okay. Blank executive five have a compare teach compare the tech with the story found at story found at um don't know. Don't know. He um wait a minute, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to. This is some homework, y'all. My son's supposed to been doing exit ticket. I don't know what this is. How was under the weather training? Oh, oh, Google it. Shoot. Uh, Google it. Okay. I'm like, some of this homework, y'all. Sometimes I don't be understanding with this homework. Sometimes, um, I gotta Google hit. I gotta send a message to his teacher. Now you know dad. Now dad is helping with the homework, y'all. But yet I'm stuck asking questions about the homework to his teacher. I just want y'all to understand but that's okay. We a team, right? I might as well done the homework with help the boy with the homework myself. Uh, okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm texting his teacher. Okay. Okay. Hold on, yeah. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to Google this to his teacher because I don't know. I don't even know what my husband talking about. I might have to look at it myself. It might be something because I work with it. I work with him on this homework. Uh, don't understand the question and where does he find it? Okay, give me a second, yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm just trying to get this done. Okay. He answered without having a story to compare it. Okay. What is he comparing? Okay, hold on, y'all. Text her. Text her. I'll let you know. Okay. All right. So I've done my role. Doctor, your son is homeschooled, right? Yes. Technically, homeschool and online, right? So it's kind of like, basically we teach them ourselves. But they do sit in class for third they do sit in different classes and they teach them, but yet we as the parents, they call us I forgot what they call us, but nevertheless, we're basically teaching them. My grandson called me last night and said, "Grandma, I guess I said that he said that I made an assistant manager." He said 19 years old, right? 19 years old, and he made assistant manager. I said, "You go, grandson." Okay, that's where I go. Congratulations to your grandson. Yeah, sorry for the typos. How you doing, Bonita? Welcome to the Mixed Sticky Palace. Okay, Jasmine had her girl, but that's on her. She decided to not have a life. Shoot, I don't see what the problem is. Wait a minute, y'all. My nose. Ah, oh, nose is really itching. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to make that face. I don't have it where I could just click over here. I probably just should have did like this. Okay. Ah. Okay, my nose feel better. The weather's changing. You know what I mean? How you doing, Nicole? Okay. So yeah. So I text her. So hopefully she'll be texting me back. We'll see in a minute. Cause I'm telling you, when I get home, I probably would know what she's talking about. But right now, I don't. My husband's not clear, so that's all that matters. I ain't gonna say anything because sometimes he'll be scratching his head like, "What are they talking about?" I don't even know what they talking about. But at least at least some you got a man that'll help your child with the homework. That's one thing I must say about my ex. He definitely was involved with the children you know life. And that's something I don't like. I don't like that for some of these characters out here that don't get involved with their children life. You would think that Jasmine spent 14 years with a pimp like this. She had never been to a movie, to a club. She had never been out of town. Girl, she definitely had a miserable, sad life, right? She needs to get a life. Exactly. I definitely do agree with that. I don't know why she don't have a life. The story is called Reaching Out for the Moon, and the other story is Great Rift Valley in Life at the top. Oh, this is gonna be one of them situations where I'm gonna have to help him with it because I don't think I think it's I uh compare those. Okay, so he might have to though those are stories from older homework. um you know why I know that, my jazzy life? I know why these particular stories, like with my son's homework, were older, because I work with him on it. Thank you. I'm so proud of my grandson. He is the best. Yes, I my grandson, I have a my oldest grandson is 17, 16. So, well, he's 17. Yeah, he's 17. So, he'll be graduating soon. That's the one that's autistic. So he'll be graduating soon. He'll be graduating next year, right? Next year. So his birthday is in a weird space. So by the time he'll be 18 when he's graduating. So we'll see what that turns out. But he's making good grades though. So we will see. I mean, he's passed all of his grades. I mean, he goes up every year. So he's in a so we're kind of working with him on the typical stuff that you work with children his age on. I'm not sure if he's going to take a tech class, um but I think he's going to take like a type of a tech class where he'll be into doing stuff, because he's really good at computers. Jasmine has so much potential, especially when since she has the college degree. I don't understand why she just don't do better for herself, because she don't want to do better, and her kids that right, it'll make her kids happy, definitely. Because she don't want to do better for herself. She don't want to be better, right? I would drop Stank off at Chris' house and pull off. Right, well, Chris is girl, and then they will call the law on her, because Chris probably won't open the door. He has access to those, because the answer he put down could possibly be a guess. um Yes. Go back and look in the weeks, or I will help him on that, if you like. If you like. Um, I know that's right. I will do the same thing. I'll be singing this song, and I will bust out the windows out your car. If you don't give me a break too far, I need a break from Stinker Bean. Cause I'll make a song right on the spot. Y'all didn't know that about me. I've been doing that for the longest. Y'all never caught on to me making up songs right there on the spot. Okay, my cousin just sent me some information regarding my moringa. I ran out of moringa herb, y'all. I don't have any. And I thought I had like a whole thing full, but that was spillerella, or whatever that's called, spillerella. But anyway, so my cousin just sent me a tracking for my spillerella, because I need that bad, because I sure ran out. Um so we sure running out. I might possibly be going out of town this weekend before I go to before I go to work or after I go to work. I'm just gonna do like one day. Um So I'm kind of cool. I gotta go pick up some stuff. I gotta go pick up some stuff from an area from my son's clothes. Long story about that, y'all. I sometimes I just be tripping sometimes. We all mess up. Players mess up too. Jasmine could be charging for the workouts. Girl, she should could have show us on the videos. Right, Latoya, I said the same. Okay, yeah, I read that. Latoya, I'm sick of those workout videos. I'm sick of watching her make lunches. I'm sick of her washing clothes with the ounce of soap. I'm just tired of Jasmine. It's like, oh, child. Okay. Oh, okay. Not a vacay. No, girl, I ain't got time for no vacay. I'm working. I ain't been on a job long enough to have a vacay from it. Mm-mm. I'm not vacay. I'm trying to get money right now. Right, walk, you sick of her period. Yeah, I am sick of her. I talked about her for 3 days straight. Well, the 3 days I've been coming up her. And I'm over talking about her. And that's why yesterday I just kind of wrapped it up. I talked about her. We did an hour and I was done. So y'all go back and check that video out if y'all hadn't seen it. Can y'all get my likes up, please? But y'all go back and check out the video because I just didn't feel like talking about her all that much. I'm getting irritated. It's not just about Jasmine, it's about all of them. I'm tired of talking about them because my life does not look like theirs and it will never look like theirs because I will never be like them. Never. Never ever. I try to cover up my little tattoo. Y'all can't be having my little tattoo out, honey. My little tattoo is something else. I got a tattoo right here. I got a lot of tattoos. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of tattoos all on my arm and stuff, but I don't have them on. I would never put tattoo on my face. I got them on my arms, my back. I got them on my feet. But I'm not really one of those type of people that have it out. Dr. A, watching these ladies give me anxiety just makes my flesh crawl. It's like, where's the point? Uh, it's at the point where I just can't do people every week, girl. It is annoying though because they're not doing anything with themselves. It's like, you know, like I was talking to somebody and we were saying how when you got real stuff going on in your life, I don't like talking about them, but I do it on occasion to maybe possibly hopefully people will shake themselves out of that, watching her like she is a good person or something. I do it for that purpose, and then it's entertaining at times, and then it's for that purpose, but it's not really even entertaining anymore. I know I said let your soul glow, but it's not. Um, but it could be, it was entertaining at first and it was funny, but now it's like pulling, pulling, I don't know, pulling your edges back in order or something, because it's like they're not going to do anything. What has been going on with Tuna, girl? I don't know. I just know that I guess not the Davis, the Webb children came over there finally for a little while, and she was talking all about how she liked peeing in front of them and stuff. It was just kind of weird. I don't know why she wants her children to hear all that nonsense, all that illiform stuff in front of them. I don't know what that's about, but I guess I was watching somebody's channel. I think it Pineapples or the Erics. It was one of those sisters, one of those beautiful women I was watching, and she was saying something to that effect, and I was just like, gross. What has been okay? I read that. What the webcam right is finally came over. Olivia had the web kids. You're right. I know what you're saying. Olivia had a disgusted mouth, exactly, what has no respect for herself or her children, and she will never have it. And it's just kind of weird, like, like, why are you talking about X? And then like that man hit the little boy live. I don't know why she lying and saying that he didn't do that. I mean, clearly we heard it. It was more defining in that in listening to that than it was when Chris went back there with that bath bomb. with Caleb. I mean, he did go back there. I don't know why Jasmine tried to lie and say he did. I don't know what that was about. Like, get your fat ass up off the. I mean, get your butt off of the live and go. You should have taken that to that girl, but that's a whole nother conversation. I think that was just weird. And it's, I don't know. I just think you have to just be careful nowadays. It's gotten worse. I mean, I don't care what nobody say. People have gotten worse up here. I mean, worse in general. I mean, every time I'm looking at social media, maybe it's because it's how you doing, Tangela. I don't know. It's because if it's social media and social media being a um, you know, double downing on stuff that probably is not on a larger scale, but it sure seems like it, right? It seems like it's a lot of sick F's out here. Oh, let me get I need to get my sign, y'all. But it seems like it's a lot of sick effed up people out here. I don't know what that seems like. I don't know if it's just me that feels like that, but it sure feels like that to me. It feels like a lot of sick people out here that's always doing some sick stuff to children. And I was looking at something the other day. They had like 4 men. It was like four grown 8 men that did something to a 4-year-old. That shit is this shiggity is crazy. I gotta get my sign. So because I am technically closed. I'm going to lock the door. Y'all didn't see? Did y'all see my sign? It's on both sides. Okay. So it's a lot of sickos out here that'll do some weird stuff to children. And so I don't know why these women keep having these strange men that they don't know around their kids like that. And leaving their children at home with these sickos. You don't know what these people are like. It's definitely a lot of sick people out here. You got a Ariel Iller in Houston, Texas. That's crazy. Walker, right? She complained about pretty braids that Ryan was saying that the braids pulling her hair. And AJ said, "You slapped me last night." Mm, pretty weird. Okay. Okay. Let me hold on. Where can he find that at? Okay, yeah, I'm trying to transfer messages between my husband and the teacher. Okay. I thought so. So yeah, well at least Nisha do comb their hair exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I think she's definitely doing a really good job on the terms of combing the children's hair. At least she cares enough to comb the children hair. At least they look, presentable when they're with her in comparison to when they're with Olivia. They don't. They look crazy when they with Olivia. I mean, it's bad though, and it's not like she doesn't know how to comb hair. She tries to act like she don't. It's just weird to not want to comb these children hair. It's just the most weirdest thing. Like letting it mat up because you upset for whatever reason. So I think it's a little sick to me, but whatever. I got like a little coffee left. I know y'all said, Doctor, why you in the door? Well, because I had this light turned off back here. Um, but I'm gonna rinse this out. I don't like that coffee. I'm gonna have to do something about it. I don't know if it's the cream I don't like or the coffee is just not giving. Uh, but um, yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm glad she does cake. I like Antonisha. I think she's a pretty girl. I mean woman. I just I didn't really understand why she I don't know, some things look little red flaggish to me. Like I don't think some things I don't think she should be talking to the children outside of her and Gerard. Like, if it was your partner, we have partners, and you know how sometimes you might have a stepdaughter or stepchildren or your own children, right? Or your own children. We vent about our children all the time to our partners and our family members. That's not abnormal, but it just shouldn't come to social media. That's the only thing I really had to say. I mean, whatever happened between her and Gerard, that's her and Gerard business. I don't get into that. I don't really, to be honest, because they're on social media, but they're not really they don't have a channel, right? They don't have a channel. So I'm not doing the reaction on, and even if they did have a channel, I don't think I would do a reaction on Gerard and Antonisha, to be honest. I don't know why I wouldn't, but I don't really want no parts of talking about Liv. And so they're kind of connected to Liv, so to speak. So that's already rinsed off. Um, but I really don't, you know what I mean? So I really wouldn't, I don't think I would do a reaction to them. But again, I don't have an issue with her. I think she's a pretty girl. She's a woman. I think she's a better mom to those children. I think she does I think she does a decent job, a good job, I guess, with them appear in appearance. Because I don't know because I'm not there. But I think that's cool, but I think some things is just none of our business, right? Some things we just don't need to know about. And some things I would prefer not to know about, right? When it comes to them. But, you know, I think people, I think it, I also, I think that people shouldn't have gotten their feelings about whether or not Gerard did it or not. I think that people got too much in their feelings. And I think you don't, I mean, unless Gerard is your cousin or your brother, or you dealing with him yourself, or if he's your best friend or your man's best friend or something, I don't know. I just don't think nobody should have gotten upset about that. And I kind of side eyed a lot of people on that. And everybody just was coming up here like really going to bat for Gerard, and that's okay. No, it's not. It was weird to me. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. It was weird. I'm not getting ready to be political on that. I would normally I do try to be political on stuff sometimes, but the hell with that. I think it was weird, okay, y'all. I'm just gonna tell you. I thought it was weird, and I don't care. And then some people might get mad at me for saying that, but I don't give a shit. I don't give a dang. But I thought it was weird. I thought it was weird how some of y'all was windmilling. Um, based upon people's opinions, because people do have opinions. Um, people can have an opinion. I thought it was weird how y'all was kind of having an opinion about it, and y'all was really upset about it. I think it was stupid where people was afraid. How you doing, Alice? Where people was afraid to even express themselves because y'all was like almost acting as if y'all was going to fight people for saying that Gerard messed around with Antonisha. I mean, I'm sorry, with Olivia. I don't like Olivia, me personally. And to me, it's just weird to me. See what I'm saying? See, you're entitled to have that opinion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But let you have said that in front of somebody else, they would have been like, "Oh, pineapples! Yeah, she's like Olivia's a known liar." What does that have to do with anything? Like Olivia being a known liar has nothing to do with whether or not he messed around with that woman. At the end of the day, I believe he did. I'm sorry, I do. And everybody was in their feelings, and everybody, at first I was like, really, I was kind of apprehensive about that, but y'all come over here to hear what I gotta say, and so I'm gonna express myself, and I don't give a damn who likes it. So I have to be who I am, and I believe he did. Um, and I think it was silly for people to be trying to windmill over it. It was silly. People was like really upset about it. I mean, y'all act like y'all was Gerard's best friend or something. I don't know. It was weird, and I felt uncomfortable. I was like, y'all outside Gerard's door. I I feel like some of y'all was outside his door waiting for him to come outside. That's how I felt to me. Let me read y'all comments. When those kids come over to Olivia's house, their hair combed right and well groomed, exactly. And she has those kids were wearing Salvation clothes, right, and looking like they're homeless. And she needs to hush. I agree with that. She don't comb Kailani's hair right, and it's always dry and untamed. Girl, pineapples, girl, you ain't girl. Well, my daughter just got her meeting. We are fixing to go head back to the hotel. Okay. So we'll be leaving out of town on Thursday to H-Town. Peace and love. Thank you so much, Walk. Um, Pine, I was looking at how Cry's hair is very dry, but she put some products in her hair and comb it, shaking my head. Exactly, she don't give a shit. I mean, she don't give a dang on. Right, Latoya, let the stranger put her child, and Olivia is trash. Okay, okay. How you doing, Alice? I'm going to say hello to everyone because you're driving. Okay, well, we don't get no accident now. Be safe, okay? You on your way. You hope that you're doing well. She hopes that you're doing well. Yeah, it's just weird how some of y'all was windmilling. I'm gonna talk about it. Some of y'all was willing for Gerard. I mean, y'all was like banging. Like, couldn't nobody say nothing. Y'all was like, Olivia's a known liar, and I'm like, okay, yeah, she is a known liar. Like all of them lie over here. You know what I'm saying? It's social media, so people are gonna give you a certain image. How you doing, Black and Bougie? And some people will give their intake, but it was just weird. I mean, Olivia's a liar, but just because Olivia's a liar don't mean it didn't happen. I mean, just like five people left because they got mad at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm just gonna say, how you doing, Carrie? Right. She ordered off of Fashion Nova, but her kids are wearing thrift store clothes. I agree with that, girl. Yeah, that's crazy though. Why did you they got clothes? Don't they got clothes for children? Don't Fashion Nova got clothes? They got some like cute stuff. I probably got maybe a couple of outfits from Fashion Nova. Um, I'm trying to lose weight. Y'all ain't bought no new clothes yet. I gotta finish losing my weight down. It don't make no sense. You see how big this shirt is on me, right? So I'm losing my little weight, my little gut coming down. um those kids are Olivia's meal ticket. Without those kids, she wouldn't have all the supports because she always says to her mother, first girl, you are trash. Trailer trash by y'all. Woo! I think she was messing around with you think he was messing around with Liv Dr. A, but lots of people don't and it's okay, we can agree to disagree, right? But that's the problem. People don't know how to agree to disagree on here, and it's just weird to me. It's just bizarre that people can't have a conversation. Grown up women can't have a conversation without banging for somebody like that. It's just weird. And that's why I say sometimes some people I just don't want to talk to ever again in life, because I think they're emotionally stupid, emotionally unintelligent, and I don't have time. um I would have not went back to Gerard after sleeping with Tudor. I don't know, married or not, girl. I don't know. I said this originally. I just wouldn't have married him. I wouldn't have got with him if I had to deal with Olivia. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I just would have. And he could be a good man all he want to. I mean that's a good man is an eye beholder. I don't judge people. You know what I mean? If you think this man is a good man, I'm not tripping. I feel like cool, right? I'm not tripping. But what I'm saying is is that I wouldn't want to deal with Olivia. It's not about whether he a good man or not. It's about me not wanting to deal with him because he has to deal with Olivia. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to deal with Olivia for the rest of my life because essentially y'all are a family unit. Because regardless to whether you want any, regardless to whether you're not talking to her or not, y'all still gonna have to deal with him. You still gonna have to deal with her because those are her biological children, right? Even though you're maybe the mother, maternal figure that the children see every day, but they're still their biological mom, and you're gonna have to deal with her. Graduations, prom, when they have grandchildren, when they start having children, when they start doing this, when they start doing that, you're gonna have to deal with them you're gonna have to deal with her throughout. So it's not a question of me thinking he a good man or not a good man. It's not about that. It's about me having to deal with Olivia, and I wouldn't want to deal with her because she'll get somebody hurt. You know what I mean? So that would be my concern. It wouldn't be him more so it would be about her, right? Okay, let me go back here and read y'all comments. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let me go back down. Okay, here we go. What's concerning is the bald spot in Kaylani's her. Golly, and it's not growing. She should make sure it's not medical. Oh my God, I didn't see that. I don't, again, I don't really look at Kaylani. I don't really look at Olivia. But y'all keep talking. I'm just listening. I'm just reading your comments. How you doing, Corman? How you doing, Carrie? I didn't even speak to you, Carrie. Hey, Carrie. Yeah, I can't lie. I don't think that he would but he would either, but I do now. Exactly. Dr. A, this is just how I feel about Olivia pressing charges on people when was acting like it was cool, but I had to let it go, LOL. But I still disagree, but I'm cool about it. Uh Pressing charges on, yeah, I think, yeah, pressing charges on Jasmine. I still feel like that. I feel like that was wrong, yes, but did Jasmine do it? Yes. But I mean, what do you want me to say? Jasmine did it. Was Olivia, did Olivia feel threatened? No, I don't believe she felt threatened. I think she just did that out of revenge because Jasmine was talking to Zolo and trying to get at her through Zolo. You know what I mean? Just like, my enemy is your enemy type of thing. And then he wind up still going back and being cool with Olivia anyway. So it was like really stupid. So I think both of them were really dumb about it, but whatever. A broken clock is right twice a day. Exactly. But Pine, I've never understood why people think that Jazz deserved that. I can't stand Jasmine, but heck no. Okay. Yeah, I just think Jasmine did it, but did I think it was necessary that Olivia did it? To be honest with you, no, I don't think it was necessary. I think that was really silly of her, but she was just trying to get at Jasmine. She was just trying to get revenge on her because Olivia. One reason why I thought she was getting revenge that because Jasmine did start trying to be cool with Zolo, despite her. It wasn't about no money. It was despite her. The same thing that her and Olivia did with Steffi G against Chrissy. They did that same uniting on enemies and my enemy. See, that don't never win in life. That never wins when you try to unite with an enemy just because y'all an enemy, or enemy, a friend of enemy of my friend of my enemy is my friend. No, that's crappy. That never works. Right. It was revenge. Yeah, it was a revenge plot against Jasmine. It was, but Jasmine didn't do it though. I mean, she was threatening her. She did do all of that, and Jasmine just got caught slipping. That's just really what it is. Jasmine got caught slipping. And Olivia, she played into Olivia's hands. She already knew how Olivia was, so I don't understand why she would do that. She should have just, if she was gonna do something, she should have just did it in a way where she could have got revenge on her in the way that she needed to get revenge on her. But I don't think she should have did that. Tuna does threaten people too. Yes, she does. Tuna threatened Antonisha. And recently she has. Tuna has threatened Gerard, I think that she's threatened a supporter. I mean, a supporter, a reactor. I mean, when is she not threatening people, Black and Bougie? She's always threatening somebody. She's always the very thing that she accused Jasmine of doing, she's done way worse. I totally agree. I totally agree. She's done way worse than Jasmine could ever do. Let's just be honest. However, it just is what it is. I think both of them are nuts. Gerard had to be drunk. Either he fell and bumped his head because something was clearly wrong with that man for spinning the block with tuna after all those eggplants been inside of her. Gross. Exactly. But again, that's between him and Tanisha. That's something that she had to deal with. That's something she got to deal with. Exactly. She always threatens and slanders others, right? But cries wolf. Yeah, of course she does. She does the typical Karen thing. She's a Karen. I'm just okay. So this is my thing on that. When you understand, this is my thing with Jasmine. When you understand you're dealing with a Karen, I know Jasmine ain't got good sense. I know that, but she got sense enough. She got sense enough to understand that when you're dealing with a Karen, you have to treat a Karen a certain way. That's my only thing. Hopefully, right, she goes to jail soon. Whoop. So when you're dealing with a Karen, you have to treat a Karen accordingly, right? So you can't you have to treat when you're dealing with a okay, you got to treat them a certain way. You don't just you don't give them ammunition to try you, because now guess what, at the end of the day, Jasmine got a record off of this YouTube mess. And the point is, it's deeper than just Olivia. It's deeper because it boils down to Jasmine has lost a lot. Both of them, actually, both of them have lost so much on being on YouTube. It's ridiculous, right? They both lost a lot of stuff. It's not about Olivia. It's not about right or wrong, y'all. It's about both of these women have lost stuff on here, and it's just dumb to keep losing and losing and losing. And Jasmine is losing because, to be honest, and I know I talk about Jasmine a lot. This is being honest. I'm gonna be real with y'all, okay? I do talk about Jasmine a lot. I care way more, and I don't, I care way more about Jasmine than I do that I would never care about Olivia. You know what I mean? But I care way more about Jasmine than I do Olivia. And most of the time, I just, in my spirit, I always felt like, Jasmine, please do better. I've always said, please do better. Now, I made fun of her, and I know it don't come off like that. But I just always felt like I wish Jasmine would get it together. But I don't think she will. Nisha, unless you get kicked off of YouTube or the social media. Nisha, there's a beautiful, educated woman. Why would she want to stay in that exactly? Ain't that much love in the world? I bet you that Jasmine wished that you would have to that she would have took Olivia to the south side because she went to jail. Exactly. If you were going to go to jail, I'm going to go to jail for a reason, girl. And so that's my thing. I really do care. Sometimes I go back and forth with it because I go to a thing where I go to a space where you can only lead people to the water, they're gonna only drink it. You know what I mean? Either they're gonna drink it or they're not. So that's why I talk about her a lot. And I like talking about her more so because she has the most potential out of all of them. I'm sorry. I know y'all gonna say, but Chrissy, no. I think Jasmine has way more potential than Chrissy. We're not talking about looks. We're not talking about looks. We're not talking about how she raises her children. We're not talking about that. Now, if we talk about that would be a whole nother conversation. I'm talking about potentially for making money. I'm talking about potentially for making money. Out of all of them, Jasmine has the most potential to make money. I don't care about Olivia's potential of making money because you can put lipstick on a pig, it's still gonna be a pig. You know what I'm saying? So But Jasmine has the potential because Jasmine has a degree. Jasmine has babysitting opportunities. Jasmine has people that will keep her children. Jasmine has a support system. Chrissy don't really have a support system. Jasmine has a support system. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine definitely has a support system. Jasmine can do anything that she put her mind to, but Jasmine don't want to. No, I disagree. Chrissy is smarter and cuter. And has a lot of personality. I'm talking about we're talking about on we're not talking about looks. We're talking about well, I'm talking about. I can't say what you're talking about, obviously, right? I apologize. Not what you're talking about, but what I'm talking about, where I'm seeing it is that Chrissy is not. I gave up on Chrissy a long time ago. Not that I haven't given up on Jasmine, but I'm just saying Jasmine to me has more potential because Jasmine has a support system. Chrissy don't really have a support system. Chrissy got Cadence to possibly keep them children, but that's only gonna work for so long because Cadence is getting ready to be 18 soon, right? So she's not gonna have that. So she's gonna go to the next child, and the next child is not Cadence, right? So that's why I said that Jasmine has more potential because Jasmine has people to keep her children. She has a larger support system. Jasmine has a larger family that will kick in. Chrissy family ain't rocking like that because if Chrissy family was rocking like that, Chrissy would have a lot more going on. Jasmine brother ain't never came up here to the internet in front of her out. I'm sure he wants to, but he's never done that. Chrissy family has done that. Uh, just look, just think about what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying, but just think about what I'm saying. Though I'm talking about support system. I'm talking about education wise. I mean, regardless of whether her education is unavoidable, irrelevant, or whatever the case is, but we're talking about a person that does have a bachelor's degree with a job. When a hiring manager looks at that degree, they're gonna look when they look at when they look at Jasmine's resume, they're gonna look at that degree. They're not gonna look at whether or not the school doesn't work no more or if it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Now, when they look at her social media, that might be something. Now they're gonna look at her social media, and that's gonna be a problem because it's gonna be like, what the you want me to hire you? You know what I mean? No, that those looking at the social media would be the problem, to be honest, right? But that would be all of them, right? As an employer or as a boss, air quote, I hate that. Um, or are you gonna hire them based about you probably wouldn't hire none of them based up off what they have done here on social media, right? I'm just being honest. Dr. A, Christina personality, right? She knows how to keep her audience engaged. We're talking about y'all talking about YouTube. I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about getting a job. I'm talking about getting a job. I'm talking about being able to go to the next level. I'm not talking about social media. Social media, sure. We're not talking about social media. We talking about off of social media. We talking about a whole I'm sorry. We talking about people touching grass. We talking about touching grass. We're not talking about social media. Social media, obviously, Chrissy, sure, because Jasmine followed Chrissy, right? She knows that herself, right? So what you're saying is correct, but I'm talking about off of social media. I'm talking about going into the job market. I'm talking about support system. I'm talking about she would have somebody to keep her children outside of her children. If all Jasmine got to do is talk to Philip and Hannah, they'll keep Legendary. How much I want to bet? They'll keep Legendary before Chris will. Hello? Yeah, right. She definitely knows how to keep her audience intrigued. Exactly. She could be a bit boring, but she do know how to tell a good lie. She is persistent with her lies and her stories. Very true. True, but with the support, Jasmine lacks the creativity to do anything with her platform. Her social media, yes, correct. But we're talking about outside of that. Okay, I get it. I remember when Christina used to work at Walgreens pharmacy. She did. I didn't even know that about her. She always been ignorant, but she was driving a van and she had a job back then, and she was a different person today. Yes, she let social media get to her head. I don't know why people allow the social media where strangers say or think about you matter. You know what I mean? I hope I'm sorry, my nose is really itching, y'all. I hope that the weather is really changing, because I'm telling you, I hope that I'll never get to that point in my life where I start acting like I asked a jerk off just because social media. You know what I mean? I don't get like that. I really don't care about what people think about me. You know what I mean? Well, I have at different points. I have on here when I was kind of fumbling my way through. I felt like at some point, I would say about a month ago, I cared. I think when that Gerard stuff was going on, I kind of cared a little bit. I didn't want people to judge me based off my opinion of that. But then after a while, I was like, F that. I'm gonna say how I feel. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Right, especially when you let strangers resort, right, exactly, to trolling, resort to trolling, right, and clickbaiting consistently, exactly. Uh-huh. Some people let the internet go to their heads and change into their attitude unthinkable, right? Changing into something unthinkable, right? Exactly. They think that because they have a lot of supporters that they all but in reality they think they all that, but in reality they not. Okay, exactly. And that's really weird to me, how people do that. And just like I know a lot of people are talking about the topic with a lot of people are doing the whole like, even on the terms of in certain social circles, they talk about Cardi B versus Erica Badu, right? Because, like, they talked about Erica Badu having different baby daddies, right? And people talked about, like, if she was a normal woman, would people look at her the same? If Cardi B was a normal person, would she be the same? That's what a lot of people are talking about on the internet. When I went into I can't remember what platform, don't quote me, but I went to a platform where they were going in on saying how, what's the difference, with Erica Badu. Well, someone first, they started off talking about Erica Badu. I wish I had saved that clip. She is not. I agree with that, Black and Bougie. That's a whole nother conversation. But they talk about in terms of baby daddies. They're talking about not them musically, not them personally, but the baby daddy situation, the husband baby daddy situation. There is a definitely there is a difference. But a lot of people said that, if, and then they also did the comparison with how a lot of people give Cardi B like grace because she's a lighter Latina, versus being, if she was a darker Latina, would she be given the same grace? And I definitely believe that if she was a darker Latina, she would not be getting the same grace. Period and point blank. Okay. I don't know why people going in on Carly and her husband being unfaithful throughout the whole marriage. I do think that she made a mistake by having a baby with a man. You love you some Erica Badu. I've met Erica Badu on a couple occasions. So that's a whole nother conversation. We'll do story time on that one day. I was so the first time it was cool. My one partner was like really fanning out, and I was just looking at her like, "Are you okay?" She was getting on my nerves. She was acting like Erica Badu was God. It was just really weird, and I was very uncomfortable and embarrassed. The second time I met her, I interviewed her. I didn't really like the interview. I kind of checked out once she didn't answer my question the way I wanted her to. I mean, but who am I? Why am I gonna get mad at the way somebody answered my question? I was young back then. I just added the story so it needs to for a long time. So he does not have to read the whole story again, but it might have to keep. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm trying to send this to my husband. I'm sorry, that was my son teacher, and I'm trying to send this to my husband. Okay. So yeah, so I was thoroughly disappointed by how she answered my question, and I just never got past that. But again, if you're interviewing someone, they have a right to answer that. But I don't know. I think just I was emotional back then because I asked her about Mike Brown and she didn't answer the way that I felt like. She said she didn't want to judge, and I just didn't want to talk to her no more after that. And I probably shouldn't have asked her that, you know what I mean? Because she is a celebrity, and I probably should have did things differently. Hindsight is 2020. When you're younger, I was in the movement, and there's just that was some years ago. That was during the Mike Brown situation. And I was emotionally charged because, he was from, St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis. And, I know people that knew him. One of my sons knew him, and he was really sad by that. And I was just emotional, and I probably just should have, she's still a celebrity, and they should answer it politically, you know what I'm saying? But I felt the ways about that. And I didn't want to talk to her anymore after that. And she basically interviewed herself. I mean, she really carried the show, to be honest with you, because I didn't want to talk no more after that. I remember back in the 2020 when she came out with "You Better Call Tyrone." I don't frown up on women with different baby daddies. Me neither. Especially black women. If you are taking care of your business, I don't know why you're the type of person. Right. I don't think it's a big like if you listen, if the stuff don't work out and you get with somebody else and you're able to take care of them, I think it's a problem. Only time I think it's a really big deal is when you are not able to take care of your children. Then you should not be having children that you're not able to take care of. And that's just my spill on that. Dr. A, when she was with the Andre 2000, I thought that was a relationship was a little weird. Well, she studies Queen Afua, and so Queen Afua is different. If you Google research Queen Afua she's an herbalist too, and she's written a lot of great books on women's care and different things like that. And I think she was with Dr. Sabi. She's so when you kind of study under Queen of Four has her own aura, and a lot of her students or unique people. Especially if you read her books and things like that, how you doing straight like that? When you read Queen of Fool books books and stuff like that, you understand why Erykah Badu is Erykah Badu. Um, and so Erica Badu is also a doula, right? And she does a lot of stuff. So when and I know I'm weird and unique and stuff like that, but when under Queen of Fool, it's just it gets deep. And so a lot of people after they mess with Erica Badu be really weird afterward, but that's a whole nother conversation. I mean, a lady got like some oil that smell like her stuff. I mean, what y'all expect? FYI, she also said a certain somebody with the mustache deserves forgiveness. The side eye is paternal for her. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I stopped liking Chrissy because of how she is. Exactly. Not because of the baby daddies. It's she has. Okay, exactly. I understand that. How you doing straight like that? Hey, Dr. Check. You look so beautiful, sis. I'm in the bushes, but I'm here. Say a prayer for me. I'm at the hospital getting ready for surgery. I'm definitely gonna say a prayer for you. Everybody tell straight like that to heal up, okay? To feel better, okay? Call me, girl. Call me and let me know how it go. I just never wanted a bunch of baby daddies. That's why I married young. Had my children, 3 children, and got my tubes tied, and my kids all have the same father. I understand. Yeah, I think that she's a witch, which is pretty cool if you ask me. She is a witch. No, you don't think she is. She is. She is. She admitted it. Right, Christina's a liar. Yes, she is. And if you have to lie about having a husband, yeah, that's kind of weird to lie about having a husband, okay? You still coming out on the internet begging, clearly there's something wrong with you, right? It's something wrong with her, or if you do have a husband, he a bum, okay? He a bum, and he definitely no damn doctor. Yeah, we all wishing you a speedy recovery straight like that. Who the hell is all this texting me? Shit. I mean stuff. I'm like, why am I getting all these texts? Um, but yeah, it is weird though. Like, why do you have to lie to have a husband? Like, I mean, it's a man does not define you, right? I know I said earlier that I'm in a space in my life that I'm able to be more creativity because of the mate that I have, because he gives me room, because he pays the bill. So I'm just gonna tell you. So it's not that he defined me, it's just the fact that because of the kind of scenario we have, I'm able to be creative, and I don't have to work as I work hard, but I like what I do though. You know what I mean? I'm working hard, but it's easy work because I love doing it. Like, I love what my part-time job does. I love that I don't have to think. I come here and think, but I like thinking here. But when I'm at my job, I don't have to do anything but just clean up. I'm just cleaning up. I'm doing what's on this list. I'm doing my job. I'm getting out of there. I don't have to talk to nobody. I like it. But I talk to people here, but I like doing it here. I like talking to people here. But on my job, I don't think. I don't have to do none of that. I just do what I got to do. I clean up, I straighten up, I do what I got to do. And it gives me it's like therapy for me, because I'm able to clean up and I can think, and I'm able to think, and I'm like, oh, and then I remember something, I'll text myself and I'm like, oh, I can do this. And then by the time I get home, I got a long list of stuff that I could be really working on. Why is Chrissy always traveling and staying in hotels by herself? 9 kids, right? And she needs to be with Chris. She needs to be wait. Because everybody was trying their best to be like Christina. I don't know why. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why they want to be like her. I would not want her life. I would not want Jasmine. I wouldn't want none of their lives on here. I don't know why they would want Chrissy's life. I'm no disrespect to her, but I wouldn't want her life. I wouldn't want her life when she was married. I wouldn't want her life when she was with Rod. I wouldn't want her life when she was with none of these ninjas. Um, cause you got a good husband, real men help you soar. Exactly. They make it life easier. Exactly. And that's what it all boils down to. So that's why I like to be able to be creative. So I'm in a position now where I could do certain things that I wasn't able to do prior to now. I think Chrissy is so fake. She is Rose. Hey Rose, how you doing? I ain't talked to you in a little while. I don't know. It might have been yesterday, girl. But anyway, hey, everybody straight like that. We wish straight like that. Good healing. I'm gonna get out of here in a few minutes. Me neither, Dr. A. 9 kids and 8 baby daddies and no co-parenting with any of them. I think she does have co-parenting with that one boy's father come and get him. Man, he lives with his daddy. So I'm good. I'm glad about that. Like, I didn't think that was, everybody was kind of clowning her about that, but I thought that was a good thing that baby daddy. I know that probably bruised her ego or whatever, because she's a Leo female. Don't be mad at me, Leo ladies in here. But I think that I think that was a good thing that he wanted custody of. He wanted, full term custody with his child, and you know what I mean. I thought that was a good thing. I thought that showed that he cared about his child, and I don't see what the big deal was. I mean, I understand someone feelings being hurt or whatever. They could have had shared custody, but I do like that actually for her. I think that was a really good thing that father cared enough that to be a full-time father of his child. Only cash being in my life since he was born. Okay. Right. So I think that I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that I don't even think it's anything wrong with Philip having the children a week on, a week off, or whatever that is. I think that's cool. I don't see anything wrong with a man if parents are separated. I don't think it's anything wrong with a man stepping up to having his children more than typical, more than just being a weekend dad. I don't think it's anything wrong with that, or it's having a child twice out of a month or whatever. I think it's great for a man to want to spend extra time with his child. I don't see anything wrong with that. And if I was Olivia, I would have just from the get go, I would have just been doing what I supposed to have been doing, and then I would have just shared custody. I would have been hurt, you know. I'm not saying she shouldn't have been hurt, but I would just share custody, and I would have handled my business. How you doing, Paulette? That's the one that was like, go ahead and give me mine. Right, exactly. I'm not mad at him. Doc at the pimp is still out there being a predator. It is good that he takes on responsibility of his children, yes, but he needs to get himself together, right? He's a monster. But you know what happened during that trial, though, Walk. You know that he got probation with that. You know that he not going to jail for that. You know they not putting him in jail for that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Is it? I'm trying to see what's going on in here. Who's sending me stuff? If a kid can primarily live with their mom, right? Then primary live with their dad, right? With their dad, right? Exactly. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm trying to tell you. I don't think, because I had both my parents in the household, and I'm glad I had both of my parents in the same household. But if my parents would have separated, my mother wouldn't have had no issue with my father. When me living with my father, my mother. I mean, half with her and half with him. They would have definitely worked together on that. My mother would have worked with them on that. I don't understand why they didn't put him under the jail, but oh well. Okay, the justice system sometimes they fail you. Yeah. Phil being around with or without Hannah, in my opinion, helped those kids. Of course. Yeah. They were broke back in the day, but he keeps Jasmine in line as much as he can. Girl, he used to get her together now. Come on now, y'all. Wait a minute now. He might be a lot of things, but he managed Jasmine's life. He helped Jasmine out in so many different ways, y'all. He helped her out. Boy, Philip raised her better than some other people should have. That's why I understand why Tuna is always so mad. At least he stepped up to the plate. Exactly. That's more than he can say about any of them other two baby daddies, two baby daughters. They wouldn't have even seen their fathers. Hey, Paula, did I speak to you, Paulette? Yeah, I wouldn't have been battling with him. I just would have been like, look, we can share custody. I would have made sure they've been going to school. I would have been fighting with this woman. I would have been going through all that because that's more stressful on you. All you had to do was work with them and just kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what co-parenting is about. Sometimes you have to love your children more than you hate that man. That's just it. Sometimes you just have to, you know, you know, do that. Or if you don't want to talk to a man, then just go through a different party. I find it to be easier. This is my opinion. I find it easier, even if you don't like the man, if you hate him. I think it's always good to get cool with the woman and kind of talk to her, and y'all try to work out some arrangements and then do things through her. I think I would find it to be easier. I'm just gonna tell you, because a lot of women may not want you talking to the man anyway. So if you co-parent through her, y'all would probably have a cool relationship. Y'all probably be able to go out and be cool with each other, even if it on the terms of what happened, right? You probably been able, like, look, Jeremiah, let's say your child was named Jeremiah. Jeremiah needs some new clothes. You know what I'm saying? Can you make sure Jeremiah don't go to sleep in his glass or something like that? That mother would that other woman will probably be really respectful, and she may be like, you know what? Me and her got a good rapport. I don't want to mess things up, so I'm gonna be respectful to this woman. I'm trying to tell you, and I just think she just did it wrong. I understand her being hurt, and that's kind of a hard pill to swallow for your man to just basically dump you for the other woman. I get that, right? But I think it's better to make friends with the woman. If you hate him, you can hate him, and you can hate her. But if she's willing to do good with your children, then she a part of the family. I mean, what you want to say? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what you gonna say? If she's damn near a part of the family now. You just took the right off my head, right? I was just getting ready to say, right, my true grandmother always said that you have to love your kids more than you hate the man. Amen. Okay. Right, Black, you're slow weirdos. Olivia, don't know how to get along with any other woman because she wants to be the center of attention. I think that she will be the problem with any woman who chooses to that he chooses to be with. Yep, I got cool with my daughter's stepmother. Yeah, exactly. It kept me out of jail and off of debt. I'm trying to tell you, it's just better because a lot of the women, I'm telling you, that they be having one or two purposes. They want to get married to your ex, and two, they want to build the righteous ones. I'm talking about the righteous ones. So they want the ones that got a little sense. They want to one build a life with your ex, two build a family with your ex, and not having and third thing is not having y'all get back together. Okay, so she would be willing to work with you better. He'll be going off on her about you working with her. I'm telling you, and now she'll put a stop to that. Like, look, nah, we ain't gonna do this. You ain't gonna mistreat her like that. No, we ain't gonna do this. Because the other woman, if she has sense, she'll let a woman know, like, hey, we just gonna co-parent. And Olivia could have just been like, you know what? I can't stand Gerard. I hate him. Whatever. He hurt me. But if the woman is combing the children hair, if the woman is being halfway decent to the children, what do you have to lose? All you got to do is just be like, okay, can we just work, me and you work on it? I'm sorry, I'm hurt, y'all. He did me wrong, because the other woman don't owe you nothing, right? You did me wrong, he did me wrong. I don't want to talk to him, I barely want to talk to you. However, I know we got a co-parent, so can we just co-parent? Can I just co-parent with you? I would prefer to. um because I think that you got a little sense. Even if you got to lie, you just be like, look, I think you got more sense than he got. Just lie to the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Just say, hey, I think, you know what I mean? I think you got more sense, and don't even be manipulative. Just let her come get the child. If send the child over there with her, let her do the pickups. I'm telling you, it'll be so much better if you let her do the pickups and stuff. You wouldn't have all that mess. I'm trying to tell you, it'll be less problematic. It's always better, and it'll get at him. It would make him mad. If you befriend a woman, it'll make him mad. And see, that's another way. You want to get at him, get cool with the woman. I'm trying to tell you, but these women, some of these girls don't know no better. My ex-husband was as a daughter, right? And when we married, and I used to pick up the girl, right, and take her shopping, right? Exactly. She would hang out with my kids, right? Exactly. And we was cool, exactly. And I told her mother, it's not about me and you. Okay, exactly. Right. I'm sick of Olivia and that sagging bottom lip. Just ugly for no damn reason. But Tuna has no reason to be mad, right? When she was the one who cheated after. Very true. Yeah, but he left her. He did leave her to go be with another woman. Now, I mean, come on now, you know what I mean? But I mean, it is what it is. But I would be hurt. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Even if you did what you did, the fact that he left you to go be with somebody else, even if you whether you deserved it or not, it don't matter. It's still gonna be some pain there. But I would just befriend a woman. That's all I'm saying. Right. It only works when the feelings are gone. Exactly. I never loved my daughter's dad, so it was easy. No, I'm telling you, it'll work even if you do have feelings. I'm telling you, even if you do have feelings, it's just you just gotta chop it up. You just gotta be like, I think it's just more of an ego. I think it'll be an ego thing that, oh, he left me to be with somebody else. That's the pain right there. Yeah, she definitely pays victim. Right, right, right. And he married his mistress, basically. What is she considered a mistress? I don't know. That's a whole nother conversation. Technically, right? But girl, you chose to run that marriage into the ground. Very true. I mean, she didn't want him. She didn't want him, and somebody else picked him up. I mean, it's what it is. Dr. A, she did get pregnant by another man. I remember. I ain't no man going to be stay with no woman who cheated. Exactly like that. Exactly. That's very true. Girl, that is true though. That is true. That man, he up. Even if he was thinking about working on it, uh, some women are stereotypically a man cannot handle what you do to them. If they did it to you and you do it back to them, but worse, oh no. And the fact that she got pregnant, and then the fact that when it got fixed, and he can't give her another baby behind that, because men are territorial, right? And so the fact that another man been up in there busting, Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow, even if he did it, right? Stereotypically, right? But yeah, that's a lot. Dr. A, a man can cheat, right, on a woman will forgive him, but ain't no man going to forgive a woman who gave his cookies away to another man, right? They can't handle that. No, baby, they cannot. Girl, no, they can't. They can't. They can't. It's a harder pill to swallow for a man, right? He gotta really love that woman to forgive her. I'm telling you, it's some men out there that experience that, but I'm telling you, he gotta really love her. He gotta really love her, and then there better be a whole bunch of people that know about it. Because if it's a lot of people that know about it, but see, Olivia had the whole internet in on it, right? So that's embarrassing. Not only what I mean that you got dissed, but your woman basically, because he's like, I got fixed, but I don't know why. I mean, I don't know what kind of marriage they had where he didn't tell her that he got fixed. Why did he tell her that he had a vasectomy? Why would he go and that's kind of sneaky, though. That's kind of sneaky, though, if you think about it. I would tell Gerard, I'm like, no, you ain't gonna tell your wife that you got your vasectomy. What, you was trying to trip her up or something? Well, nope. I used him for the baby, and that's it. Okay. Oh Lord, that's so. Well, hey, I'm not mad at that. I think that, hey, people do what they do. You know me, Black and Bougie. I don't be really having no judgment. I feel like if you can take care of your child, that'd be my concern. I don't be getting into who you done did this, you done did that. If you able to take care of your children without begging every 5 minutes, now everybody need to help up sometimes, not a hand out. A help up versus a hand out is a difference, right? I don't think it shouldn't always be like, that shouldn't always be the thing. You know what I'm saying? Dr. A, even after me and my husband got a divorce and I started dating someone, this man thought that he would had access to me. Girl, he was stalking me and acting like a damn fool. Girl, that's how I be though. You know what? Black and Bougie, do you both get along for your daughter's sake? Wait. Black and Bougie, do you get along for your daughter being born? I bet she's beautiful. Yeah, Black and Bougie, she got some beautiful children. Yeah, I just think I'm just not, listen, I'm not gonna go through all that. I know how I am, and I know once I get started, and I know I have a jealousy streak already. I'm territorial, and I could be a little jealous when it comes to things. I'm territorial. I don't know if I can't define it as jealousy per se, but I'm gonna say I'm territorial. I'm just gonna say that once I piss on something, it's mine. Okay, it's mine. So you know what I'm saying. If I piss on you, piss on you. Now, if I pee on you a little bit, if I pee go to the TP, it's one thing. But if I piss on you and you leave me and somebody else, I might go a little nuts a little bit for a little while, and I get over it though. It take me about a year. But after that year, I'll apologize. I promise. After that year, I'll be like, look, y'all, I was bugging. I would go get help though. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I wouldn't be on this. I wouldn't even be on the internet, y'all. Y'all wouldn't see me for a long time. Within a year, you'd be like, Doctor, what happened to you? I'm like, well, girl, I went a little nuts, girl. I'm just gonna tell you right that. Oh wow, that's sorry to hear that, right, Paulette? Right. Yeah, she's a doll. She thinks she's Amber Rose. I don't talk to her fat ass no more. She's 30 years old. Tell you crazy, Black and Bullshit. But yeah, I'm just telling y'all. Yeah, it gets like that. I just, man, I'm just telling you. But I mean, just think about that though. My ego, I got an ego too. I've been divorced now 5.5 years, right? And I'm telling you, I love my freedom. Sometimes I miss being married, but I'm glad that I don't have to answer to nobody but me. Okay, I understand that. I think I'm a marrying type of person. I think that if something, I'm not putting this in the universe, but let's say that something were to happen to my husband, I probably wouldn't get married no more. I'd probably be a widow. I'd probably be like Betty Shabazz and Coretta Scott King. I probably would be like that. I don't know. I don't think I would. I mean, I'll probably have little, little boy toys here and there. I'll probably get my little rocks off here and there. I'm not gonna be a nun per se, but like on the terms of trying to be with somebody else and get remarried or something, he'll have to come with some. He would have to be like a millionaire or something. And I wouldn't be marrying for love. I'd be marrying for financial. Totally financial. It would be a business arrangement, meaning he could do whatever he want to do. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, but he had to give me millions of dollars. I have to be in the mention of the yacht in the I'm just being honest. And I'm gonna be older. So like what, so he can have a young girl. So I don't know what although I'm cute, you know what I mean? But nah, I'm good. So I feel what you're saying, right? But I think I'm like a married type of person, I think. I think that's me. Okay, is this hold on. Good. Doctor, I wouldn't. I never wanted to be divorced, but I cannot stay with a man who chose to be unfaithful while I was in the hospital. Yeah, that's deep. That is definitely heartless and cold. I agree with that. I just couldn't forgive him. I totally understand it. Doctor, read that all wrong. I still talk to my baby. I no longer talk to her dad. Okay, I apologize. I'm gonna go back up here and read it again. Okay, I apologize, Black and Bougie girl. I'm seeing what I want to see. That's really the truth. Okay, I'm gonna go back up here. I'm sorry. Okay, where you at, Black and Bougie? Let me reread that again. Okay, where you at right here? Let me go back up here, girl. I scammed through it. I ain't really read it. I kind of scammed through it, girl. I be scamming through these comments because it be going down fast, Black and Bougie. I'm sorry. I wasn't being illiterate that time. What happened was it was going kind of fast. And once I got a hold of it, and somebody else's comments popped up, and I just like I kind of rephrased it in my own head. Okay, that's what happened. I apologize. Okay, here we go. Okay, so basically, she loves a daughter. Oh boy, is a jerk. Got it. I have a friendship with my ex-husband and my ex-step-kids. Okay. She had to do she right I had to protect her kids like I protected mine, and they stay with us. Okay, I definitely understand. Black, right? She sounds very beautiful. Okay, and you really do not like him very much. I mean, that's obvious, ain't it, Walk? She can't stand that man, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't really hate I don't really dislike somebody. I just don't deal with them. I just kind of keep it moving. Indeed, I agree. Right, Black? Where is the was an eggplant at least good? Sometimes I wish I was single, but hell, I miss him hard when he when I'm like in the hospital. I'm weird like that, or just crazy as hell. I think I'm crazy as hell. I think that's me. I think that's me. My husband makes me laugh. Sometimes I be mad at him and he just make me laugh because he'll say something really lame or stupid or something, and I just laugh and I just like my anger like goes from laughter. Okay, y'all. Oh shoot, my credit score then went up 3 points, y'all. Oh shiggity. My credit score then went up 3 points, y'all. Oh man, I just got a text. 3 points. My one of my credit scores went up 3 points. My other one went up 1 point. Well, how come the FICA ain't going up? Why come the other hey, did anybody know anything about credit? Why only my TransUnion and my Equifax is going up? How come my FICA ain't going up? Huh? Y'all know why? I'm serious. Why that shit ain't going up? Why is it only the other two credit going up? The only two credit things going up. They told some you got a good history of paying your bills. I'm like, well, shit. Who told y'all to get in my business? Walk, nah. He was your average dope boy with money. Fun size peen with in a BMW. Okay. Nothing special. Just somebody to use. Okay, I heard you. Come on, y'all. Tell me why how come the other credit score ain't going up? This one is going up. These other two going up. I mean, like literally today. Like I get points. Like my credit score been going up 2 points here, 3 points here, 1 point. How come the FICA ain't going up? How come the third credit score not going up? Did anybody know I've been thinking about credit? They sure sent me a notification, but they not telling me why the other credit score ain't going up. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody. Red Black don't be playing around. I don't think I've ever. Well, I didn't last long. I never gone for a long period of time. Like I back in the day, I probably met a couple at a club, and they'll give me like a wad of money, and then I ain't see them no more because I was scared because I didn't want to get in the car, and then somebody be trying to get at them, and then accidentally do something to me. So I was good on that, but yeah, I used to, I see them at the club and they be like, "Here, baby girl, you so cute," and they give me like a wad of money, and this. I'm like, "Yeah," and they be like, "Give me a call, baby girl," and I would never call them. And I see them back out. They be like, "Why you ain't call me?" I be like, "Cause I'm scared of you, cause you know what you do, and I ain't want to do all that." Oh, baby girl, it ain't like that. Yes, it is. But so that's always been my claim to fame. I would always that kind of thing, but I ain't never really want to. I was always paranoid about that kind of stuff because I always thought they was gonna that themselves gonna get unalived, and I wouldn't be sitting up there with no child. Because you be seeing them, like I used to watch them shows and stuff. I used to watch them movies, them gangbang movies. Where the gangbang is, they'll die, and then the baby mamas have to raise the children together and stuff, and they'll be fighting and stuff. And I was like, I ain't want to be. I was just didn't want to deal with that. I was just kind of paranoid about that. That was the reason. But the money was nice. I'm just, I'm just being nice. I speak to you, Alice. Alice, I'm sorry if I didn't speak to you. Indeed, you agree. I'm sorry. I thought I spoke to you. My bad. I be paraphrasing sometimes, y'all. I try to look at y'all comments and I try to memorize it real quick. So sometimes I'm gonna tell y'all my secret. Sometimes I try to look at your comments real quick and I try to memorize them because I can't see for real. Y'all know I can't see. So I try to memorize them real quick and then I'll be like, then I try to regurgitate them off the memory. Sometimes if I have a lot of people in the chat. Sometime I wish I would be in a player. Okay. It seems that women who are players who gets the fun have all the fun. I'm a former player. And yeah, I'm good. I don't think I had a lot of fun. Right. Men these days want to be pursued. Mm, mm. You kicked it with the what is a YTE boy last week? Is it a YouTube? What's a YTE boy? Black and bougie. Text me and tell me what that is. And he sent his peen picture, and I was appalled. Sent a picture of his peen picture. Girl, I do not want to. Girl. Oh, white boy. Okay, got it. Really, girl? They be sending you pictures so they ding ding. Where is Darla at? Darla is the white girl expert over here, y'all. I don't really know about them. I never no, okay, got you. Cause I'm like, what's the W black and bougie? I'm my old and stuff. I'm like, what you talking about, girl? Girl. Mm-mm. Girl, that's funny. You are crazy as heck. Cause I sure don't know what that means. I'm sure at a bit of a loss. Cause I'm like, okay, good. At 25 years, I don't know if the streets want to see me back. Good conversation and everything, but he effed it up. Yeah, like why is he sending you ding dings? What it's just kind of serious. I don't know. I think sometimes, yeah, me and my husband, we were dating. I think we broke up like once, and I started trying to date. And I ain't gonna tell y'all this because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Oh my god. Okay, I'll tell y'all. It's embarrassing. I'll tell y'all. So I dated this guy. I was dating this guy for like a couple of days. And one of my partners was like, he looks just like he looks just like old boy. I was like, ah. And of course, Dr. A, have you ever dated outside your race? No. The closest I've dated outside of my race was he was biracial. That's about the closest I'm gonna get. I am a paper bag person. I'm lying. No, I don't like people. I'm just playing. No, but I don't like people lighter than me. Okay, I know you're gonna. I have dated people lighter than me, but I don't like it. But I don't like it. Tangela, that sounds crazy, right? There's a whole entire podcast about unsolicited ping and why. I seen that. Tangela, I seen that was it on TikTok? I seen that. I know exactly what you're talking about. White boys love them some black women, and I've had a couple of them approach me. I don't. Yeah, I've had a lot of white boys approach me, and they'll be like, and I'm like, I don't. I'm like, I don't really do interracial dating, and they're like, you don't for real? Why not? And they just one white boy is trying so hard to convince me. I was like, no, I just like, I think we'd be compatible. I'll date any race. I don't play about race loyalty nowhere. That's over with. I understand. Look, I'm not mad at that. Like, I think people should date who they want to. That don't bother me. I listen, that does not bother me. I'm just that's just not me. I don't know what that is with me. I'm just not so much on that. But I don't mind if other people do it. I don't care. It's not going to deter it, like if my partner, like if well, obviously my son brought home uh uh a different race. But I don't care about that. I don't, if you happy, if you like that person, go for it. But I just have never. I think I did a biracial guy, and it was weird because he didn't tell me he was biracial. He just looked like a light skinned dude. Like I said, I really don't. I'm not really. I like a man darker than me. I just always like the man darker than me. But have I dated people that are lighter than me? Yes, I have. But they had nice personalities. I didn't care about that. But I'm talking about my preference. But I was never a person that said, well, he gotta look like this is that, this is that. If he treated me nice, yeah, and he was black, I would go for it. You know what I mean? But I prefer you talking about preference. I prefer somebody darker than me. However, that don't always happen. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, that was my one most embarrassing dating moment. And then dude, like he like sent me a penis pic. And then like months later, me and my husband, we were husband and wife, then we were just dating. We had broke up for like a second, and then we got back together. And then how you have that conversation about like so when we were broke up, did you date anybody? I'm like, yeah, I tried to date this guy. And he was like, well, how you looking? So we laughing. And I was like, I will show you. He's like, why not? Because he looked like you. You know what I mean? So she said, let me see. I showed him. He started laughing. He said, that nigga don't look like me. I said, yes, he do. And so he said, yeah, because you still in love with your boy. I'm like, no, what? But I'm just saying. And anyway, what turned me off about him is he did send me like a dick pic. I mean, a peen pick, and it was disgusting. Like, we like, I don't even know you like that. We weren't even talking on a level. We were just talking about, we were just having conversations. We are supposed to be just having a conversation. I mean, he just ruined it by sending me a dangalang pick, and I was just shocked. My oldest son, he dates every nationality, right? You mean every one of them. That boy get on my nerves. He love him some women's. I tell him all the time, you just like your daddy. God, his he was look so gross, pinkish and bleach and beige and skinny. Like, why would you say this? Girl, he had some beige and beige and beige pink. I'm so good on that. Like, I don't want nobody saying to me. I didn't even look at it. Okay, I looked at it a little bit. I mean, like, I was like, how dare he? How dare he send me this? I was like, how dare he send me this? Why would he send me this? I was like, and then he was like, it was like a whole video, and he had it like his ribs was shooting up. I said, what the hell? It was like really disgusting, but yeah, I was still looking at it. I was I didn't want him no more. I was unattractive, but I did watch the whole movie. It was like a 3 minute movie. I'll kind of throw up in the back of my throat. You want it not to going back. Wait a minute, want it or not? I'm going to look before I get him mad. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It was like a 3 minute video, and I'm like this. I was like, you can make the video like that. And I put it on the one of those Word doc, like on Google, like Google Google Microsoft. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the Google thing or whatever. And I put it on there and I kind of blew it up, made it larger so I could see. And I was like, this is gross. This is gross. What was he doing for 3 minutes? You know what he's doing? He was like this. He was doing like that. And stuff was shooting out. And I was just watching it. I was just like, gross. Gross. Oh my God. What is he doing? Gross. 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 Okay, ladies, I'm going to go give me a hot shower and lay down. I'm tired. You've been going a long day, right? You've been a long day for you. Okay, yeah. You queens have a blessed night. Yeah, you too. Walk. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was looking. No, I did look, but I mean, I didn't talk to him no more after that. I'm telling you. Then we got back together, and I didn't show my husband that part. I just showed him how he looked. My husband was not gonna look at that none of that girl. Oh my God, he probably would have texted him. He probably would have inboxed him. I'm telling you, my husband would have inboxed him. I'm just gonna tell you the truth, but I told him about it, but I wasn't gonna show him. But we worked together, so what could he say? I didn't partake in it. It was definitely uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable, but I did watch. I did watch. I tell you, I did watch though. But it was, I don't know how I felt. I was embarrassed a bit. I felt shy. Yeah, he was. Yes. Yeah, that was a long time ago though. That wasn't like recently. I mean, I'm telling you, it was before I even got married. It was like maybe a year or two before we got married. Maybe it was longer than that. I don't remember. I don't even have. He's not a friend on my page no more. He is blocked. Well, I didn't even block him. My husband did. That's just like, so I'm just saying, like, I'm just weird. I just felt uncomfortable. I don't know why he did that. We were having a really good conversation, so I can relate to you. We were having a really good conversation. We were talking about what was going on in the world at that time. We were sharing ideals, and you know what I mean, and he was also telling me about what he wanted to do with his life, and his goals. He has some really good goals, but then he goes and do that. Oh, thank you, Black and Bougie. Thank you. Yeah, I just didn't understand why he was acting like that. I don't know why men do that. And then I didn't even know how to respond. I was just kind of like, I kind of left him on red for a few days because I didn't know what to say. And then he kept on texting me and calling, and I just didn't answer the phone because I just felt uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, why are you sending me this? Like, what? Now if you know how you get with somebody and y'all decide, okay, we're gonna be together, this is gonna be great, or whatever relationship y'all decide y'all gonna have, and he sends you something like that, then that's something different, right? But it's like he had a video, so how many other women did you send this to? So I mean, a lot of things went through my head. I was like, well, how many women did he send this to? Why would he send this to me? Thirdly, like, what is wrong with you? Why are you sitting up filming yourself doing that? Are you some kind of a star? Are you a corn star or what? Are you lying about who you say you was? Right. Speaking of creep shiggity, y'all see the Cameron and video. I seen some of it. I didn't watch it all the way through. I know he was doing too much. He's like, yeah. I was just like, dang, some people don't understand. Was it an entire video or are you okay? LO, girl, it was an entire video, girl. It was a whole shoot. It was 3 minutes long. And he was just going to work. And it was, and then after a while, it starts sprouting out. I don't know. I was acting as if I didn't know what was gonna come next. I don't know. I think I was in shock. I think I was in shock, and I think I was I was embarrassed and uncomfortable, but yet I still watched. Like, it's kind of like, I don't know. I can't. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like being okay. So I'm driving down the street in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say some real stuff to y'all. So I'm driving down the street, and there was this homeless man. You look over, you see a homeless guy. You look at his face, and you kind of tell by his hair he homeless. And then your eyes go down because you're at a stoplight, and it's the longest light in Louisville ever. And your eyes go from looking up to going down, looking at him or whatever. He didn't have no clothes on. His pants was all the way down to his ankles, and he was, I know this is so uncomfortable. And he was popping up, and he was popping, and he was clapping his hand. It was really weird. I obviously have a mental problem, but he was clapping his hand, and every time he clapped his hands, his junk shook. And I was just kind of looking, and I think everybody else was too. I was just like, what the hell is going on? That was when my business was over in Louisville. Because my business used to be on Broadway. It was like it's one of the main streets in Louisville. It's just like Kings Highway if you're from St. Louis. T'Angela. So I'm just like, he clapped in his junk or shake, and I was just kind of looking, and I just kept staring and just kept staring. And I don't know. I don't know how I felt. I don't know. I don't know how I felt. It was just really weird. And I mean, the stoplight had passed by. Like, I wasn't the only one. Like, it was some other people. Like, we all just kind of sat there, and the light went from green to back red. And we just all sitting there. And after a while, you see people picking up their phones and dialing 911. I swear, I mean, simultaneously, the car over here, the car over there, and they were all like this. You can see them going, like, they was calling the law more than likely, because that's what I was doing. Because, like, he really needs some help, because you don't know if he was gonna do something to a child, but you had to, like, because he was tripping. I don't know if he was high or what. He was something. But I felt uncomfortable like that, but yet I watched. Right. Dev creepy ass drunk. Exactly. That's pathetic. Exactly. I swear the guy pulled out his shiggity in the Family Dollar in the pajamas and all. Right. Last year, and I was disgusted and traumatized. Oh my God. I get it. I know both streets. Exactly. My mom used to work at Fort Knox. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? I was so glad when I saw it and not a child. Exactly. Exactly. That you saw it and not a child. Okay. I hate that the police, but I had to call them. Exactly. It's dangerous. Exactly. I'm trying to tell you, because I mean, a child could be walking up, or God knows what's gonna happen. So unfortunately, we do have to call the law. Some things we can handle with ourselves. But I try not to, because sometimes, like I said, they'll come in and make it worse. But it was just strange. It was just strange how it was just going down. And I didn't know what to do. That matter. But I don't know, it just turned me off. And I ain't talked to him since then. he tried to, like, years later, he tried to add me on Instagram, and I was like, I was like, block, delete. I mean, I'm married by then. This was like way long down. I damn sure wasn't finna have no conversation. Like, I mean, I don't know. I guess if he came to me and said, "Hey, can we have a conversation about why you stopped talking to me?" I understand you got married, whatever. Um, but before you got married, like, why you start talking to me, I would tell him why. I text him and tell him why, you know what I mean? But I don't want nothing to do with them because I don't want no problems. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody thinking I like them or anything like that. I don't want no man to be like, "Oh, your wife." No, like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Because that ain't the type of party I am. That ain't the type of that I don't do stuff like that. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't know why some of these guys do that kind of stuff, because it's just weird. It's like, well, you ain't got nothing else to do with your time to show your junkie. But anyway, y'all gotta go, honey, because I've been here too long. It's 7 o'clock. It's 7:07, and I need to get home because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. And I gotta finish losing this weight, girl. Y'all know how I am. I get weight conscious all of a sudden. I'll be like, oh no, I can't be the fatty. You know how I am. But I'm gonna get on up out of here. I don't know. I doubt I go live later on because I don't feel like talking about these hookers. I think we did. I like our conversation today. Might I add? I enjoyed our conversation. I think that we retained a great audience today without talking about these hookers. And I really appreciate. We did talk about them, but we didn't watch them. So I don't mind talking about them. I just don't want to watch them though all the time. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I need work. Y'all know I need to work on my I'm organized, but I need to work on organizing better. That's something like this. For example, like this. Like, look at these wires. Like, this don't make no sense. Like, why? Like, why don't I just, you know what I mean? Like, these, I should really be more neat